Guys, today is, hang on, sorry, my thing jumped. Today is Tuesday, September 29th, so oh my goodness, we are almost to October, which is crazy. So today I decided to come outside, just because it's so beautiful out, and why not? So I encourage you, if you can ever do any of these classes outside, give it a try. Bring your mat or a blanket or a towel. Go sit out there, stand out there. Give it a try. You just feel just more connected to nature. I have a hard time going outside in the summertime because it's too hot and I hate the humidity, and then obviously winter comes and then it's snowy. So this past week when I've been practicing on my own, I've taken my laptop outside and done it, and it's just been, I don't know, just another level of calm. It's just been great. So today what we're going to focus on is balance. And balance in a pose, and balance working in balance in class, in theory helps you to better prepare for balance in your life, right? We all juggle many different hats or balls, and we're trying to do it all at the same time, and it can be hard. Balancing in a pose is hard, right? One side's more balanced than the other. Sometimes we have no sense of balance at all. I told you before, doing yoga, I couldn't ride a bike. And then I did yoga, and now I can ride a bike. So it's all about finding balance. It's not necessarily always balancing on one foot, but we're going to try to find balance in every pose we do today. So I have a mat. I have 2 blocks here. If you don't have blocks, get your stacked blankets or towels or books. I do have a strap in case we need the strap to extend our arm or leg out. And I also have my chair here for balance as well. So go ahead, find yourself a comfortable seat. You can lay down, sit down, whatever feels good for you. And just begin to let the outside world go. Bring your awareness onto yourself and onto your breathing. And my quote today kind of goes along with the whole finding the balance themed class. It said, yesterday is the past, tomorrow is the future, but today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. Yesterday's the past. Tomorrow's the future. Maggie, get down. Sorry. But today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. And I don't know about you, but there's times I'll sit there at night and I'm worrying about something that hasn't happened yet, and it's like, then I think about it after a while and I'm like, why am I doing that? I can't predict what's going to happen in the future. It hasn't happened yet. Or maybe you're dwelling on something that happened a week ago with a friend or family member or coworker, and you're still letting it like fizzle and sizzle inside you, and there's no need for that. And I know we all do it. We all do it from time to time. But the present, today, the right here, the right now, that is our gift. That is our present. So we got to try and balance, right? Balance life, living for now. You can't focus on the future. You can't dwell on the past. You got to balance and focus on the right here, the right now. The gift of the present. So try to keep that in mind today in class. Focusing on the here and now when you're in a pose. You know, don't be worrying about what the next pose is going to be. Oh, what's Kim going to have me do next? No, focus on what pose I'm having you do now. Take a couple more breaths here. And then gently blink your eyes to open. Inhale those arms out and up overhead. Take the right arm forward, left arm back. Side arm or open arm twist. And then drop that left hand back to the floor behind you and raise that right arm up. Lean into that back hand and look up at the sky. Come back forward. You're in your open arm twist. And then swing that left arm up to meet the right. Look up. Take the left arm forward, right arm back for your twist. And now tip that right hand back to the mat behind you. Raise that left arm up to the sky. And go ahead and look up. And then come back to your open arm twist. Inhale both arms back up to vertical. Look up. And then exhale those arms out and around and down, back in front of you. Just kind of shake it on out a little bit. Go ahead and stretch your legs out long if they aren't already. Shake them out a little bit. Point and flex your feet. And then just pull the fat back on so that you're sitting on the bottom of your bottom. So those sit bones are actually on the earth. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale those arms out and up. Just going to scoot a little bit. And then exhale, go ahead and forward fold. Rounding your spine, just releasing that low back. And then inhale, slowly walk the hands back up. Sit up tall. Inhale those arms out and up. Exhale your hands to your heart center. And again, inhale, reach those arms out and up. Exhale your hands on down. One more time, inhale those arms out and up. Exhale those hands to your heart. Close your eyes. Set your intention for today's practice. And then lower the hands on down. Go ahead and take your hands back behind you, both of your hands. So we're going to do reverse plank. So go ahead and bend that left knee up. Press into your hands, press that left foot down. You're in your reverse plank, a modified. You can stay right here or you can extend that left leg out. So here's your balance, all these poses. It's balance here too. Balance here. Last option is to raise that left leg up in front of you. Keep breathing wherever you're at. And then lower that left leg down if it's lifted. Lower the bum down. Shake the arms on out. Do the same thing on the other side. So hands go back behind. Bend that right leg this time. Press that right foot down. Lift the hips up. First balance option is here. Second one is the right leg extended to meet the left. And the last one is to raise that right leg up in the air. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Exhale that right leg down if it's lifted. Lower the bum down. Shake those arms and wrists, elbows, everything out. Shake it on out. Go ahead and bend your knees up. Take your feet to about as wide as your mat. So you're sitting in your malasana, but you're sitting on your bum. Sit up nice and tall. Hey, sweetie. Nice and tall. Sit here. Your hands are going to come to prayer. And just sit here. And then you're going to take your right arm and extend it out. So it's kind of pressing into that right leg. And the right leg is going to squeeze into that arm. And you're just going to twist and look over that left shoulder. Pulling the belly to the spine. Inhale, come back to center. Bring your hands back to prayer. Take that left arm, extend it. Again, press with the left arm into the left leg, and the left leg's pressing into that left arm. And then you're just going to reach on back and twist again. Hey, sweetie. Inhale, come back to center. Sit back in your goddess squat on your bum. And you're just going to lean forward just a little bit, still keeping your posture nice and long. Take a couple breaths here. And then inhale, come back up. Take the hands behind, rock those legs side to side. And then we're gonna bring our knees together. We're gonna work some core and we're gonna work some balance sitting on our bum bum. So hands cup underneath your knees. You are going to sit nice and tall. You're gonna lean on back. You're gonna raise that right foot up. You can stay right there if that's enough of a balance challenge for you. If not, you can release your hands. If this is enough, stay here. Last balance challenge is to lift the left leg up as well. Take a few breaths wherever you are. Keep breathing, keep breathing. And then exhale, drop those legs. Go ahead and fold forward over your legs. Inhale, come back on up. Cup those hands under the knees again. Go ahead, sit tall, lean back. This time lift the left leg up. You can stay right here if you'd like, or you can release the hands. And then last option is if you want to lift the right foot up to meet the left. Keep breathing here. You're balancing on your sit bones. You're pulling your belly on in. You're squeezing through the hips. Breathe, breathe, breathe. I know it's not easy. It's core work. And then drop those feet. Come forward and fold over your legs. And then inhale, come back on up. We're going to swing our legs around, coming into our tabletop position. And once you get in your tabletop, just shake your hips out a little bit. Hey, sweetie. Shake those hips out. Shake, shake, shake. And then do a cat pose. Go ahead and round your spine. Bring your chin to your chest. And inhale, drop the belly low, chin up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. And inhale, low, belly up. Come back to a neutral spine. Go ahead and extend that right leg back behind you. Foot is flexed, toes are pointing down. You can stay right here if that's enough. If not, you can try hovering that left hand or maybe reaching that left arm out. Again, if this is enough for you, stay here. If not, you can go ahead and crunch the left elbow to right knee. Hold it in. Stretch it back out. One more time, crunch it in if you're crunching. And then stretch it back out. Everybody lower the arms and legs down. Shake those hips on out. Go ahead and extend that left leg back behind you. Foot is flexed, toes pointing down. First variation is to stay here. Second is to hover that right hand or extend the right hand out. Last option is go ahead and tuck right elbow to left knee. Then reach it back out. And then again, go ahead and crunch again if you're crunching. And reach it back out. And then everybody lower their arms and legs back on down. Shake it on out. Go ahead now, and we're going to extend the right leg. I'm just going to back up a little bit so I don't kick my chair here. Extend that right leg back behind you. Foot is flexed. Turn the toes out to the side. And then you're going to kick that leg out, holding it out straight. The knee can be slightly bent, but try and have it more towards straight than bent. And just hold it here. If this is enough for you, stay here. If not, you could try hovering that left arm or reaching that left arm forward. Keep breathing, keep breathing. And then lower that left hand down if it's lifted. Swing that right leg back. Exhale, drop it on down. Shake it on out. Same thing, other side. I'm just going to shift over a little bit. Extend that left leg back. Turn the toes out to the side. Kick that leg out to the side. Again, you can stay here, or you can hover that right hand, or you can reach the right hand on out. Just breathe wherever you're at, pulling the belly in. And lower that right hand down. Swing the left leg back on an inhale. Exhale, drop that left knee down. Shake it on out. Go ahead and take your knees wide, toes together. push back into your child's pose. Go ahead and walk both sets of arms off to the left side. Reach long with that right arm. Reach, 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 so you get that side body, a huge stretch there. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, walk both arms off to the right side. Reach long with that right arm. Inhale, come back to center. Take a deep breath in here. Deep breath out. Come back on up to your tabletop position. And you're going to come down onto your forearms, keeping your elbows right underneath your shoulders. So your arms are at a 90-degree angle there. So you can stay right here if this is enough for you. You're just trying to push all your weight into your shoulders. So that's why the shoulders got to be right underneath, over the elbows. You can stay right here. Or if you'd like to, you can curl your toes under and lift those knees up off your mat. So you're in a modified dolphin pose. Still want to take it a little bit further. You can walk your feet a little bit in towards you. And then last option is if you want to raise a leg up behind you. Keep breathing, whichever variation you are at. If the leg is lifted, lower it down. Slowly bend those knees all the way back down. Push back to a closed-legged child's pose and take those arms down by your sides. Come back on up to your tabletop. Same thing, second side. So come down onto your forearms. Again, it makes a 90-degree at your elbow. Elbow is right underneath the shoulder. Your fingers are spread wide. Again, you can stay here. First variation. Second variation is lifting those knees up a little bit. Staying there. Next variation is lifting up a little higher. Maybe walking the feet in a little bit. And last option is to raise the other leg up into the air. Any and all variations are great, so just breathe wherever you're at, whatever feels good for you. Lower that right leg down if it's lifted. Slowly, slowly, slowly bend the knees back down to the mat. Push back to your closed-legged child's pose and bring your arms down by your sides, giving your arm a rest. Maggie. No, come here. Maggie, no. Come back on up. And we're just going to come into side planks now. So, you are going to take your right hand, leave it down, right knee is going to stay down. Your left foot's going to come back and come into a warrior 2 foot. So it's like kind of in line with your knee. You can take your left hand and bring it to a block and balance there. You can try hovering that left hand over the block. You can take the arm up anywhere in between to all the way up. Last option is if you want to raise that left leg up, keeping that left foot nice and flexed. As always, any variation is good. It's a matter of what works good for your body and trying to find that balance between pushing yourself to move forward or a little deeper, and also the balance with being comfortable with wherever you are at. Lower that left leg down if it's lifted. Lower that left hand down. Lower the left knee down. Come back to tabletop. Shake your hips on out. Same thing, second side. So left hand stays down, left knee stays down. Right foot comes back to your warrior 2 foot. You can raise that right hand to the block or the books. You can hover it. You could take it on up. And then last option again is if you want to raise that right leg up back behind you. Right foot stays flexed. And just breathe. Lower the right foot down if it's lifted. Lower the right arm down if it's lifted. Right knee comes down. And again, push back to close like a child's pose, but keep the arms extended long. And then keep your legs near closed like a child's pose. Bring your arms back behind you, palms facing up. You're just going to raise those arms up back behind you. If that's enough for you, you can stay there. If you want to have one hand grab the opposite wrist or grab opposite elbows, you can. Or you can clasp your hands. Again, any and all are fine. It's just to give yourself a nice big shoulder stretch across the front. Take a few breaths here. And then release the hands, lower them down. Come back up to your tabletop. Shake those hips out a little bit. And we're just going to come into a thread your needle. So keep the left hand planted. Twist and raise that right arm up to the sky. Reach, 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 reach. And then exhale, come down, thread your needle on the right. You can keep your left hand on the mat. It can reach up to the air. It can come behind your back. Last option is if you want to lift that left knee up, hover it a little bit, or you can go to full extension behind you. If the left knee is lifted, lower it back down. Bring that left arm back around your mat. Slowly uncurl that right arm, take it up high to the sky. And then exhale, lower that right hand on down. Shake it out a little bit. Same thing on the left side this time. So you're going to twist, raise that left arm up. Reach. And then exhale, come down, thread your needle on the left. Right hand can stay on the mat. It can reach up. It can tuck behind your back. And last option is you can hover that right knee up off the mat, or you can extend it all the way out. Slowly bend that right knee in. Bring that right arm back around your mat. Slowly uncurl that left arm, take it up high to the sky. And then exhale, whoops, lower that left hand down. Shake out your hips a little bit. And just take a cat pose one more time. And then inhale, take a cow. And then come back to your neutral spine. You are going to take your right foot forward and then your left foot forward, and you are going to end up in a forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale and bow. Again, inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. One more time, inhale, lift up halfway. Raise your arms back behind you, palms facing down. Raise them, raise them, raise them up. Again, a nice shoulder rinse. Keep breathing here, pulling the belly in. And then exhale, release and fold. Inhale here. Exhale to roll all the way back up to a stand. Woo. Reaching those arms out and up. Exhale, come into mountain pose. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. One more time, deep breath. Deep breath out. Okay, so a couple options here. We're going to work some balance with standing now. Just going to raise this up a little bit so it catches me. Maybe a little better, maybe not. Maybe move it back a little bit. Hang on, guys. Here we go. There we go, I think. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you can either use a block, or you can use the back of a chair, or you can use the seat of a chair. So it's whatever feels comfortable for you. But what you are going to do is you are going to come up to like a halfway lift. Maybe I'll turn sideways just so you guys can see a minute. So you're like in a halfway lift, a flat back. And you got the block here. Let me move the chair over here too so you guys can see. So, or you can have it on a chair, or you can do the back of a chair. So it's whatever feels good for you and your body. Any and all are fine. I'm going to use the block. So I'm just going to shuffle this forward a little bit. So I have the block right in front of me. My back is nice and flat, pulling my belly in. I'm just going to go ahead and kickstand my right leg behind. All my weight is in my left. You can stay right here. This is enough of a balance challenge right here. If you want to try hovering those right toes, you can try hovering those right toes. If you want to take it up higher, you can work towards stretching it to your degree of balance. You know, as we age, we lose our sense of balance. Every year, we lose more and more. So if we don't work it, it's going to stay gone, but we can work it and bring it back. My case is that before I was doing yoga, 14 years ago, I couldn't ride a bike. I started practicing yoga and I was doing tree pose all the time. And lo and behold, I can ride a bike now. Obviously not 14 years later. It was like within, a couple months I was able to ride a bike just fine. So keep breathing while you're lifting. And then exhale, slowly lower that right leg down. Slowly roll on up, shake it on out. We'll do the same thing on the second side. This time I will show you how to do this with, I'm going to use the seat of the chair just to show you. So I got my hands on the chair. This time my weight shifts to the right foot. I kickstand my left behind me, and then I try raising it a little bit. Maybe I raise it a little more, maybe I raise it a lot. Again, any and all variations are great. It's always trying to find the balance between accepting where you're at and challenging yourself to do more. Keep breathing, keep breathing. And then exhale, slowly lower that left leg down. Roll on up, shake it on out. And we're going to do another balance pose with this, that same kind of modified warrior 3. But we're going to add some movement with it. So I'm going to still keep with the seat of the chair. The weight is going into my left foot again. My belly's pulled in, trying to keep my spine nice and long. I'm kickstanding my right toes behind me. So now I'm going to go ahead and lift my foot up. Maybe it's just a little bit. And then I'm just going to bend both knees and then straighten it out. And if your toes are still down for balance purposes, again, just bend both knees and straighten it out. Again, bend both knees, straighten it out. The bulk of the weight is in that left leg, the left foot. Bend both knees, straighten it out. I'll show you again with it lifted. Bend both knees, straighten it out. One more. Go ahead and bend both knees and straighten it out. Lower that right leg down. Go ahead and stand on up, shake it on out. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So come back to your modified warrior 3 pose, the start of it. Weight is in the right foot. Kickstand those left toes, and if you want to leave the toes down in a kickstand, great. If you want to raise it up a little or a lot, any and all is fine. But go ahead and bend on an inhale. Exhale, straighten it out. Again, bend and straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten. Last one, go ahead and bend. And exhale, straighten it out, hold it there. Lower that left leg down. Come on up, shake it all out. So everything with balance is always with trying to, do you want to try and challenge yourself more? Do you want to hover the hand? Do you want to try and reach out? And you just got to play with it, you know, and one side is always more balanced than the other, and that's totally normal. So don't be hard on yourself. But you've got to push yourself a little bit to improve on that balance. But then you've also got to be accepting of what your limits are. Okay, you can't do too many things that are too crazy either. So go ahead and grab your seat. I'm putting it at the edge of my mat. So you are going to take a block, or if you have another back of a chair, you can do this. We're just going to do like little touchdowns with our bum to the seat. And again, it's to work some balance with movement, but it's also to get some range of motion of our ankles, knees, and hips. So be close enough to your chair that if you raise your arms out in front of you and you bend those knees, maybe you don't all the way touch the seat, that's fine. But just make sure you have some balance. If you need to have the block and do it, you can do the block and do it. So bend and straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten. Two more, guys. Bend, straighten. Last one. Bend and straighten. Go ahead and shake it all on out. Maybe curl your toes under a little bit, just to kind of counter that. And take your feet about as wide as your mat. I'm just going to move my chair to the side. Your feet are about as wide as your mat. Hands are on your hips. Inhale that right arm up. Keep both feet planted evenly into the earth. And then go ahead and side bend over to the left, reaching long. But again, find balance in both feet. Don't dump into it. Squeeze that butt. Press both feet down evenly, and then get your side bend. Inhale, come back up, lower that right hand down. Inhale that left arm up. Both feet press down, squeeze through the butt and the hips, lean to the right. Inhale, come back on up. Lower that arm down, shake it on out. Go ahead and grab your chair back if you need it for balance again. Put it right here. This time you are going to take, the weight is shifting to your left foot. You're going to inhale that right knee up in front of you. So again, you can stay right here with the hand on the chair. Maybe you can try hovering. Maybe you can try lifting the arms out to the side. Maybe you can lift them on up. Last option is if you want to try to work towards straightening that right leg. Keep the posture tall to keep the leg and the leg lower. Don't get higher and do that. Nice and tall. Again, any and all variations are fine. You can have your leg extended with your fingertips on the chair. It's totally fine. But breathe wherever you're at. And then lower the arms down, lower the leg down, walk it on out. I'm just going to shift my chair to the other side of me. So, weight goes into the right foot. Inhale that left knee out in front of you. First option is here. Second option is hover. Next option is take an arm variation, wherever you'd like to go. Last option is to extend that left leg. Again, keep the posture nice and tall and long. And just breathe wherever you're at. If you're holding on, if you're here, any and all are fine. And then release the right hand, lower the left leg down, shake it on out. And then if you want to, go ahead and put the chair in front of you and just take a down dog on your chair, just to find some release. Let your head fall and be heavy. And then come back on up. I'm going to set the chair aside. And so now we're going to take chair pose. So your feet traditionally are together, but if it's harder on your knees or on your low back, you can separate them hip distance, you can separate them mat distance, or anything in between. I'm going to keep my feet together, and I'm just going to bend my knees like I'm sitting in a chair, pulling my belly in, squeezing through the hips. Then I'm raising my arms up. If you're out, you're like this. Again, it's a balance challenge to be here like this, right? Because your knees are bent, you're trying to sit in a chair, but there's no chair behind you. Maybe sink a little lower if you can. Keep breathing. And then exhale, stand all the way up and fold right back down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale here. Exhale to roll all the way back up, reaching those arms out and up. Exhale to mountain pose. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. So we're going to do chair pose again, but maybe have your chair handy. So go ahead and take your feet to whatever distance you want them to be. Bend those knees, sit in your chair. Reach those arms on up. Now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to try shifting your weight into your left foot. So maybe you hover those right toes, maybe you kickstand it. This might be where you want your hand on the chair. So you can kickstand it, you can maybe hover it. Maybe you can lift it all the way up. Last option is if you want to cross that left or right ankle over the left knee and come into gentleman's pose. So any variation is fine. You can even keep the hand on the chair like that. Go ahead and straighten the standing leg, come up, uncross the bent leg, walk it on out. Switching sides. Whew, right? So go ahead and bend your knees, come into your chair. Go ahead and shift the weight to the right foot, kickstand the left toes and stay here. Maybe you hover the left toes and stay there. Maybe you lift that left knee up a little bit more. Last option is to cross the ankle over the right knee and come into gentleman's. And again, you can always grab on to your chair if you need help with balance. And then lower the right hand down, straighten the knee, uncross if it was crossed, walk it on out. Go ahead and set your chair aside, come back and have a seat on your mat. Right? Shake those legs on out, point and flex those feet a couple times. That is enough balancing on our feet for a little bit. Okay, so I want you to take your feet as wide as your mat. Sit up nice and tall. Reach those arms forward. Keeping your spine nice and long. I want you to keep reaching forward. Feet are still flexed. Keep reaching. And just breathe here, pulling the belly in. You can look down at your mat. So we're just trying to keep the balance between reaching, keeping the spine long, getting a stretch to the low back, keeping the legs active. Everything in yoga is always a balance, whether or not you're actually balancing on one side or the other. It's always balancing pressure on both sides, rooting down evenly on both sides, reaching long through the arms evenly on both sides. And then inhale, come back up. Lower the arms on down, shake it out. Go ahead and bring the left foot to the inner right thigh. Right leg is on a slight angle. Sit up nice and tall. Twist your body over that right leg. Walk your hands down, and you can go ahead and fold. If you can't grab the right foot with your hands, this is where your strap would come in handy, and just place the strap on that right foot, and then use that to grab a hold of. Take a few breaths here. And then inhale, come back up. Twist your body over the bent knee. Inhale that left arm up. And then go ahead and side bend over that right leg. Again, you can keep the strap on the foot if you need it, or you can have your right hand holding that right foot. Inhale, come back up. Lower that arm down, stretch that left foot out, shake the legs on out, and then bring the right foot to the inner left thigh. Left leg is on a slight angle. Sit tall, twist your body over that left leg, and walk your hands down and fold, reaching for that left foot, or you can strap it and hold onto the strap, reaching towards that foot. Inhale, slowly come back up. Take the straps into the left hand. Twist your body over the bent knee and inhale that right arm up. And then go ahead and side bend over to the left. Again, you can hold onto your strap or you can hold onto the foot. Inhale, come back up. Lower that right arm down. Go ahead and remove the strap if you had it. Kick that right leg out. Shake it on out. And now we're just going to get to our hip opener. So whatever hip opener you'd like to do, hip opener's choice, right? So you can sit with the left ankle over the right knee. Sit tall. You can lean forward. You can take the hands back behind. Bend the bottom leg up, or if you want to do half pigeon on the floor, it's coming into tabletop, left knee to left wrist, stretch the right leg back nice and long, and you can go ahead and fold. So any and all variations are fine. You find what works best for you. And then slowly, if you're in your half pigeon on the floor, press into your hands, slide that front knee back, and push back into a closed-legged child's pose. If you were seated in your hip opener, just uncross that left leg and shake it on out. When you're ready, switch to the other side. Go ahead and take the right ankle over left knee, sit tall, lean forward, take the hands behind, bend the bottom leg up. Last option is to come in a tabletop and take the right knee to the right wrist, stretch that left leg back, and then you can come on down. It's starting to rain. If you're in half pigeon on the floor, come back to your hands. slide that right knee back to meet the left and take a child's pose. If you are seated in your hip opener, go ahead and uncross that right ankle. Stretch it out nice and long. Shake it out. You can pat it out. You can rub it out. Then once you are ready, you can go ahead and lay down on your mat. Bring the knees into your chest. And then shoot those legs straight up to the sky. You can take your arms out to a T. And just allow gravity to help the blood flow back to your heart, back to your head. Take a few breaths. And then bend your knees one at a time back into your chest. Lower your feet down to your mat. Bring your arms down by your side. Stretch your legs down long, about as wide as your mat. Take the arms away from your body, palms facing up. And settle in for your Shavasana. I wish you guys could feel this right now. It's like raining ever so slightly. And it's just kind of misting all over my face and my shoulders. And it feels just heavenly. If you are able to stay in your Shavasana a little longer, I encourage you to do so. If not, begin to deepen your breath. Make some small movements with your fingers and your toes. Reach your arms up overhead, full body stretch. And then bend your knees up and roll off to your right side. Pause there for a breath or two. And then press into your hands. Come back to a comfortable seated position. Keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands to your heart center. Thank you guys for practicing with me here today. I greatly appreciate all your love and all your support. Remember not to dwell on the past and don't worry about the future. Your gift is now. It is the present. So try to stay in the moment. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be happy. And may your mind be at ease. Together we bow and say, Namaste. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a good day. Stay well, stay safe, wear your mask, wash your hands, and I'm sending you all big, big hugs right now. Love and miss you all. Mwah. Have a great day, guys. Bye.